Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today I'm coming at you with a hair tutorial on how I was able to achieve these kinky twist hairstyle, and yeah, and I hope you guys are able to learn from this video. First, I started off, my hair is already washed and moisturized, and I used the Marley Kinky Twist hair. And all I'm doing is I usually start with braiding my hair from the back. I already started with one braid. I thought I had clicked record, but I guess I did not. So this is the hair that I use. I usually just cut it in the middle, and I think it's about 10 inches long, and I usually cut it in the middle and I stretch it. And then I have two strands of hair, and I just loop it around each other and make sure I pull it so that way one side is longer than the other. That helps to give me some length. And I just take the extension hair, loop it around my hair, and just start the braiding process. And I hope you guys can see what I am doing right now. And I usually start braiding my hair from the back just because, one, when I start braiding my hair from the back, I make it a little bit bigger, and it kind of helps motivate me to finish my hair. And so right now I'm just started off with the three strands braiding, and then eventually I split that extra strand so that way I divide it, so I only left with two strands of hair, and then I just start twisting. I just twist the hair over each other using the two strands, and I hope you guys can see what I'm doing right now. Again, I split the hair in two and then loop the two strands. I usually make one side bigger than the other, and I loop it around each other and then pull it so that way it can give me a little bit of length, since I had to cut the hair in half. And then just, you see how I was able to loop it around my fingers. I hope you guys are able to see what I'm doing. And again, just take the hair and loop it around my own hair, and then just start the braiding process. So I usually braid a little bit longer until I'm able to twist my hand so I can position it, because right now my hands are positioned differently. So I usually braid until the point where I'm able to position my hands so that way they're a little bit more relaxed. So then I just keep braiding again, and I get to a certain point, divide that three strands into two strands, because you only need two strands of hair to start twisting. And that's all I do. And this hair is so much easier when it comes to twist that you don't have to do much with the twist. Again, I'm just showing you how I go about looping the hair and start braiding. And it has gotten so much easier over the years. The more you braid your own hair, the easier it gets, honestly. And this one, I made it a little bit smaller because I guess at that time I have a little bit of more time in my hands. So I was like, hey, why not? Spend some time in braiding my hair. And I think this hair overall, it took me about 6 hours, I believe, to braid this hair. And again, it's so helpful when you're able to do your own hair, because you can literally, a lot of the times I get up at odd times because that's when either my kids are sleeping, and sometimes like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go do my hair. So then all I do is just go sit somewhere, put the light on. I usually have either the TV on, watching a movie or watching something on my phone to be able to distract me while I'm braiding my hair. And the back is usually a little bit harder because your hands are positioned differently. And sometimes you can be a little bit strained on your hands when you're in the back. But it's really easy, especially with the twist. I love doing kinky twist hair. And the good thing about it too is it's super cheap. I think I had gotten it for like maybe $20, and I only used 2 packs of hair. So that's pretty cheap, and I don't have to pay anyone to do my own hair. And it looks like I'm twisting really fast, but it's really not. And then I just wanted to show you guys the front. Usually the front, I do braid the hair a little bit more smaller, so that way it's a little bit fuller, and you are able to style it easily. Whereas the back, a lot of the time people can't see the back anyway, and my hair is usually down anyway, so I don't focus too much on the back and the middle. And again, with starting from the back, you're able to braid your hair where it motivates you, because it seems like you're moving a lot faster. Whereas the front, believe it or not, that little piece of hair in the front that's left, I think that took me about like maybe 45 minutes or almost an hour to do that, because I make it a lot more smaller when it comes to the front of my hair, because that's one that a lot of people see. So I spend a little bit more time in the front of my hair than the back. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you can see what I'm doing. And at the end of the video, I think the last two braids, I made sure I do it a little bit more slower. And as you can see, I just use my fingers to part. Honestly, I hardly even use a comb when it comes to parting my hair. In the back, I do like the front, how small that is. I usually just use my finger to part, to be honest with you. And excuse the face that I'm making. The struggle of braiding your hair sometimes. And as much as it's nice, so sometimes it's like, oh, because it does take a lot of your time. But overall, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm just really, really thankful that I'm able to do my own hair. And again, having options to be able to do my hair anytime that I want and not having to depend on someone. And when you're starting the braiding process, guys, just know that it might not be as tight as you want it, but the more you braid your hair, the better you get at it. Just like anything in life, when you're starting in the beginning, it might be a little bit different and it may not come out perfect, but as time goes on, it gets better and better. So don't give up if the first couple of braids or the first few times that you braid your own hair, it's not as tight or doesn't look as nice. It gets better, so don't give up. And it's so fun, like going on YouTube, learning about how to do all these different hairstyles. And it's just amazing how, and how proud I am of myself sometimes when you're able to do all these different hairstyles that you really didn't think that you could before. And again, it's just a matter of practicing. And all I'm doing on here again is when you're starting off the braids, you start off with 3 strands of hair. And so that way, because the braiding process itself, you need at least 3 strands of hair. And then as I braided for a little bit, maybe about do 3 or 4 braiding strands. And then I divided where those 3 strands turned into 2 strands, because you only need 2 strands of hair to do the twist. And that's all I did throughout the whole process. And again, with the front of your hair, sometimes it gets to be a little bit more tender when you are doing the front. So sometimes I be making phases, honestly. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. And this hairstyle lasted me for about, I think a month and a half, where I literally wake up in the morning. I don't have to do much with the hair at all, honestly. And that's one of the nice things about this hair. I think it's called a Marley Kinky Twist hair. That's what it's called. And you can get it from your local beauty supply store. And it's very low maintenance. Usually once I'm done braiding my hair, I usually don't mess with it much until I'm ready to take it out. And most of the time I keep it on for about a month. Again, that's the beauty about being able to do your own hair, is the fact that you can take it out whenever you want to. Because one, you're not really paying a lot of money to get your hair braided, because this particular hairstyle, I would have spent at least $120 to even sometimes up to $200 to get this hairstyle done. And all it cost me was $20 to buy the hair. And time-wise, you're going to have to spend that time anyway if someone else did your hair or you did it yourself. So that doesn't really matter. So again, all I'm doing for the twist, as you can see, I'm just wrapping the hair around each other. Sometimes, depending on how big I'm doing the twist, I may twist the hair itself a little bit before I wrap it around each other. And right now I'm actually doing that motion as I'm talking to you guys, which is so silly. But with this particular hair, it's very easy to just wrap the hair around each other. And I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about in the video itself. Yeah, guys, so it's crazy because one of the things that keep me motivated in braiding my own hair is just knowing that it's going to be an end to it. Like, it's not going to go on forever. So, and it's very rewarding when you get to the end and you see how much you accomplished. And then the next time when you start braiding your hair, you just skip that in the back of your head, that start with 1 braid, and as time goes on, 50 braids later, you're almost done, or 100 braids later, you're almost done. So anything that has a beginning has an end, and that's something that's always been a motivating factor for me to help when I'm braiding my hair, to help push me and keep me going. And I always start from the back, because what happens is when you start braiding your hair in the front, one, you get tired, especially if you made it too small. My own hair, I usually braid the front a lot smaller. And so it seems like you're not moving much at all. But overall, when you start in the back, because the back is a little bit bigger, it looks like you're moving a lot faster. And then when you come to the front, you have no choice but to finish it because it's the front, and then you can't walk around with your hair not done. So I think this is the last braid, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I probably have like 1 or 2 more braids left. But I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is it. Last braid. And yeah. I hope this video was helpful and that you guys were able to learn. Again, don't be too hard on yourself. If when you start the first one, it doesn't look the same, it gets better. And depending on the type of hair that you get, it's a lot easier to twist. So yeah, it looks like I have one more braid left. I thought I was done, but I have one more. And this is the last one. And again, you just take the hair and you loop it around your own hair. And you just start braiding. I hope you can see what I'm doing here with the braid. I was so excited that this was the last braid, guys. You have no idea. Especially the way how tiny I made those braids. It's like, oh, I was ready to be done. And here I'm just going in slow motion of how I twist it. You literally just wrap it around. Yep, that's all you do. And then when you see me do it, I just do it a little bit faster than that, because otherwise I'll be here for 5 days if I try to twist my hair like that, like the way I was showing you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's the last braid. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful, and I was all done. And I really enjoy and like the way how this hair turned out. So thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video, and I hope this video was helpful. And don't forget to check out my other video, how I show you guys how I do my medium box braids using the rubber band method. And until next time, take care, guys, and have a good day. I'll see you in my next video.